You don't want to be in the way when my laser goes
Take
off.
that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Here it comes!
Oh!
Here it comes!
Oh!
Here it comes!
Oh!
Here it comes!
Yes!
So I think while our commentator is held up due to extenuating circumstances, I'm sure they'll be back pretty soon. But once again, I'll fill in for a little bit here. It is a race. I can tell who's ahead and who's behind, or I could have. Not anymore, not with this level. It is so repetitive. Though I will say this level is actually incredibly hard. You are running out of battery power to control RC here, and first of all, yeah, you do have tank controls, and I think you can probably skip a battery here and there, but really you need to get all those batteries, so that can be pretty scary. I don't know why you need to hit Buzz so many times. But you do. Still very close early on, after that weird boss fight against Nightmare Buzz. Enmet going to be the first one out of this level. JermRo about 7 seconds, maybe. Probably not that many, actually. Behind. Still very close. This level you need to remove barriers in front of Rex's way. your major roadblocks here. Getting some more health, the players will be thankful to not be at 1 health finally. But really, you've seen a couple platforming levels, and you saw that RC car driving level. This game features a lot of different kinds of gameplay, and not all of them are... they're not that intuitive sometimes. It can be very, very hard to switch from all the different things you have. This kind of auto-scroller is another thing that they go with. But really, the thing that makes this game difficult is the sprites, I think. You can see, like, look how big Rex is on the screen here. It is very hard to find a safe place when you're taking up literally a quarter of the screen. And even if your hitbox isn't taking up a quarter of the screen, it's very hard to tell where your hitbox even is. So that is a major challenge in this game, is figuring out the hitboxes, because they made concessions to the gameplay in order to show these wonderfully rendered sprites from the movie, so that, you know, this was a very good looking movie when it came out way back in the day. The CG and visual of it was part of the appeal. So they definitely didn't want to... They wanted to go with as nice looking a game as they could. It's a shame we don't get to see that ridiculous animation when you finish a level. Maybe one of the players, preferably the one who's ahead, will show us. Very, very tricky boss fight against Buzz here. He's not a nightmare this time. Getting a sort of grab on the tire. But getting Buzz to be in the right place with this tire is very tricky, so the players are kind of following a script here. Enmet does it. And is already done with this boss. Thankfully, the hit detection on the tire is a little bit forgiving. If it wasn't, this would probably be a nightmare. A real nightmare, unlike the previous one. And now we're in the Pizza Planet, doing the stealth sequence with the cup. So during this sequence, you can get in the cup to hide and not take damage. Welcome back, Jasper.
Hey. So, this level in particular, it's basically an auto-scroller. It's actually one of the biggest time losses you can get if you die here. You can do a few deboosts in this stage, but if you're under like 2 or 3 or 4 health at the end, then it's not particularly safe to do the deboost. Also, I should mention there'll be kids running around with designer jeans on, like they're just blocks. Yes, this is like the hardest thing in the game to actually optimize because of how basic the RNG is. Alright, so there's nothing really to say about this level, like anything else, TBH. And yes, I actually forgot to mention that they're collecting the stars because it would actually refill their health on the next level. So this next stage is inside the claw machine. This is again like Alright, this is once again like a really hard platforming stage. So if you haven't gotten the gist of the game yet, it's basically taking deboosts, like getting the right cycles and such and such. And yes, this is the most video game, well, E level This is what I got for Christmas 1995, DKC2. It's when I asked for wonderful compromise. Worst mistake ever. Well, best mistake, DKC's trash. Well, this game is actually a little bit harder than DKC. But still, DKC is pretty trash. So Enmet's struggling a little bit on one of the platforms. Hopefully he can advance. DKC has turned Joe into a bitter man. Sure has. Oh, crap. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have any saves or passwords. Okay, so this next stage here, depending on your childhood, you're playing Doom or Wolfenstein. Yeah, we Doom now. So basically, we're getting these like aliens and putting them back into this machine, I guess. I'm not too sure. I definitely practiced for this commentary. Oh, so yes, hello. Yeah, I also forgot to mention Game Hut makes talks a lot about how this game was made for both the SNES and the Genesis. Shoutouts to Game Hut. The Windows 95 screensaver. That is so true. I've only seen Game Hut about the Genesis version. Okay. The mouth test. Oh, cool. Hello. Yeah, and that's going all out here. You might be getting a bigger ego than JermRo. Alright, so this next level right here is the claw. Basically, what they're gonna do here is they're gonna like whip many times and overload the game with sprites to potentially complete the level. Like the game will be like when there's like too many sprites on screen, the game will just kick you out of the level and it will mark it as complete. Unfortunately, Enmet is not having a good time with claw skip. Although JermRo gets it first try, so it's Germ time, boys. I'm gonna switch audio to him now. Alright. So this next level right here, it's another one of those platforming levels. You're kind of depending on RNG and cycles to be correct. Also, if you were wondering, this is not the stage where Woody goes hot. Or is it? I'm not too sure. Alright. Oh, it is. Okay. I definitely practiced my commentary for this race. I'm a good speedrunner. Also, a little bit of a weird texture thing on JermRo's side. I don't know what happened. I swear, I practiced for this commentary. Trademark. Also, yes, hot, ow. So basically, when Woody's in this like hot state, you can't actually control him like how he moves. You have to like buffer left so you can like stop moving. The movement's really finicky. You just go, yeah, you can't deboost. Basically, you just moves forward by default without pressing any of the buttons, and you can't actually stop him. The only way you can stop him is just by buffering left, like I said before. So this is about all of the mutant toys. He actually took a deboost at the start so he can refill his health up to 5. Yep. So, some of you may be asking, what's that clicking sound? It's actually from the claw skip that he did from the stage. The claw, obviously. Yeah, you can't stand still or jump. You just have left-right control. All you can do is, yeah, basically that. So this stage is pretty tricky to do perfectly, since you have to do like a lot of precise movements, and you have to also rely on RNG. So I should also explain, the RNG in this game is actually not that terrible, unless you're having a really bad day, then it can really screw you over. JermRo having a little bit of trouble with the spider. Now he's going to use Buzz Lightyear as a toy version of himself. I don't know how the Toy Story universe works. Reminder, I practiced my commentary for this. So all he needs to do is just spam watch out and take that to defend these two. And JermRo manages to complete the level. Just. Alright, so now we're heading on to this stage. He's on 1 HP, so I'm probably gonna assume that you might take a death. Actually, no, he isn't. He's going big boy strats. So basically, this stage is actually scripted, so everything is pretty much. So you just need to like memorize this stage. You also have to watch out for Scud, Sid's dog. If this stage were like an RNG mess, then it'd be a nightmare. Also, no, he did not get no hit. It would have been hype if he got no hit, but it is pretty hard, especially for a stage like this. Intentional death, by the way. Sure. Alright. Like I said, if this stage was like RNG based, then there'd be very few runners on the leaderboard. I think there's like a decent number of runners on the Toy Story leaderboard, specifically on the SNES version. Which also brings me to the differences. So the SNES version, which we're playing on, has claw skip, has a bit of a smaller screen size compared to the Genesis version, and overall has better processing, I guess. And for the Genesis version, it is a little bit more forgiving, except you get like 1 extra level, and you can't do claw skip, hence why Genesis is a more superior version. Although with the Genesis version, you can the screen is actually increased a little bit, so you can actually sort of know what you're doing. While for the SNES version, all you need to do is memorize. Yeah, it has an extra level, like I mentioned. Alright, so that was just a quick and easy stage. Nothing major happened. So this is Rocket Man. This is it, everyone. The truck is in sight, and Andy's mom car just in reach. So this is the final level. If you die here, then it's GG no re. Like, if you die here, not only do you have to start the stage from the beginning, but how can I explain it? But the stars that like guide you where to go. Like, don't spawn anymore. So
Here it comes.
you're basically screwed if you die on this stage.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
So we're coming up at the end of the run.
Here it comes.
Basically, time is when JermRo loses
Watch out.
control of Buzz in this case, since he's controlling Buzz technically,
Here it comes.
not really
Ow.
the two of them.
Watch
Also,
out.
yes, he's falling with style. Yeah, time's coming up really soon. Also, I forgot, you have to pick up this trailer star, otherwise you're not a real runner. And that is time for Mr. JermRo himself. So, 21:40 is a pretty good time.
Here it
Enmet
comes.
coming on to the last stage of
Infinity.
the game.
Beyond.
That obviously being Rocket Man.
Watch out. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Wait.
Watch out. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Alright.
Watch out. Watch out. Here it comes.
Hello there.
Yeah, what's going on?
Alright, so congrats on your win against Enmet in this game.
I honestly, I don't know what happened. I figured he would like get one cycle and get like first try claw skip and kick my butt, but I don't know what happened.
Here it comes. Here it
No,
comes.
Enmet didn't even get first try. Buzz first try claw skip.
Oh, I guess that's what yeah, I got first try, which was nice. That's the first time I've gotten it since I started practicing the game 2 days ago. I've always had to get the backup.
Yeah. So we're on. So on to Enmet's side. He's currently on 1 health. I'm not really too sure if he's gonna go for the trailer style or not. I mean, he is literally on 1 health. So yeah, that is time. Enmet with a 23-25.
GG.
Yep, GG to him. Alright. So, Enmet should be voice chat soon.
So for all the haters out there, that was technically a damageless roller bomb. I took an intentional death because I had 1 health, and I didn't know if I was behind or like ahead. So
Wait,
I
did
was.
you not realize you had 1 health at the beginning?
I did, and I knew I could get through at least the first section, the first really hard jump. It's just I didn't think I could get through the rest of the game with 1 health, even though I did. So I just wanted to take it safe. But I ended up getting damageless and then not getting hit the entire time. So I guess I should have just done it.
Oh, hopefully Enmet comes on soon. Alright. Alright,
I think he's getting the link for the voice channel right now.
okay. think I resent it. Not sure if it actually sent out the link. We're just gonna wait for a little bit.
Also, I do want to apologize. I really don't know what was happening. I was practicing before the marathon, and I was using invincibility because I wanted to practice the claw, and I don't have save states. And so I was using invincibility to get there. And apparently, I didn't take my cart out of the console enough times or something. I don't know. So it just carried the invincibility over to the next file. So yeah, I apologize for that, but it's all good.
Alright.